Hi everybody. At the end of day one, after we went to visit Inca Pirca Archaeological Dig Site and Museum, we continued on and went further north to a town called Alausi. We stayed there overnight in, we'll call it a little bit more of a rustic hotel. My requirements were hot water, comfortable bed, and a place to park the car. So they checked all those boxes, so that's why we stayed there. But it was really good. They were extremely helpful. We went there particularly for the train ride, but we couldn't seem to get online to pre-buy tickets. And come to find out, they had taken the train out that day, but evidently there were technical issues, so we didn't know if we were going to get to ride the train at all. But as it turns out, late in the evening, we got a note from the receptionist, and she said the website was up and running and we could go on and order our tickets. So happily and very quickly, we did order tickets. The next morning, we went out and took some pictures of the town. Santi took some beautiful drone footage of the town. Sorry, it's a little bit windy here today. But took some beautiful drone footage of the town and I keep calling it a town, which assumes that it's small. From the drone footage, you can tell it's not a very small place, but it was very clean, and I think that's because it was more indigenous than not. So we went out, we did some photo shooting, came in, had a little breakfast, and then headed on over to the train station. The train station had a wonderful little museum, very small, but pretty interesting. I mean, it had a lot of cute stuff. The whole town, its one tourism feature is the train. So when the train's not running, it obviously creates a problem for the town. But they had beautiful little museum. We waited around till we could get on the train, and then we took off. I'm gonna say we had a lot of fun taking train pictures. So the train ride was not quite what we expected. We expected more stops and the ability to purchase indigenous items or something like that. There was only really two stops, one in the middle where they got everybody off the train so they could show us the Devil's Nose mountain. And then at the end, which was, I like the one at the end the best. They had a little tchotchkes for sale. They had the old train station stop, and they had indigenous traditional dancers, which was beautiful. They were full of color. They had a place to stop and eat, so you could do a little bit of everything. But mainly the reason we were stopping is that was the end of the line. And at the end of the line, they had to get everybody off the train, take the engine off the front, put it on the back so we could head back home. All the way up, I'm gonna say there was a guy in each car that would tell you about the sights along the way. And regardless of which side of the train you were sitting on, if there was something on the right side, he would tell everybody from the left to get up and go to the right and look out the windows. And if there was something on the other side, tell everybody get up and go look out the other windows. The people on the train were super, super sweet. I had them give up their seats to allow me to sit closer to the window so I could take pictures. Beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful place. It was all just absolutely wonderful. As it turned out, this was the first run after the repairs. So, you know, we've had rain, we've had landslides, and so it caused a bit of a problem for the tracks. So this was, good or bad, the very first ride. So we said our prayers and off we went, and we had a great time. There were no issues all the way. We had a lot of people doing safety checks on the train itself, and just to make sure everything was okay. And it was all wonderful. I had heard you see a lot of scenery. There was scenery. For me, it was much like most of the scenery in Ecuador, so it wasn't that unusual, but it was a pretty ride. We got to the end. Like I said, we played a lot. There was a lot of traditional dancers, and of course the traditional woman with the llamas that you could take pictures with, that type of thing. And so we had a great time. And then we went back. When we went back, there was a square that was selling more tchotchkes, a little bit different than what you could get actually at the end of the train ride. There was a beautiful little woman sitting at, I don't know, a weaving machine, and she was just precious. So I had to get a picture of her. And the other thing is there's trains all over this town. So like instead of the Caterpillar, you got a train that you can ride around town, which I thought was super, super cute. At the end of the day, after we left Alausi, we went to Riobamba. I'm gonna say I had high hopes for Riobamba because I had seen some things online that were really, really interesting. The town itself to me was less interesting, but they had a phenomenal hotel. Hotel Hosteria, no, this was really nice. The most comfortable beds, the wonderful, wonderful food. I mean, you paid more for it, obviously, but it was worth it. So we really needed a really good night's sleep to get up to go the next day. So enjoy the pictures of Riobamba, the rest of the pictures of the train, where we had tons of fun. And then on the next day, we will go to Baños, which I'm gonna say was like one of my favorite places. So anyhow, we'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of the pics.